Over 4 million women started using a new dating app. No men on this app, though. It's exclusively for women to anonymously spill the tea on red flag men. What could possibly go wrong with that? It is called the Tea app, and it is blowing up on social media over the past 2 weeks. And Fearbuck tweeted about this when it first went viral, and he said, Tea is now the #1 app on the App Store. Tea is a woman-only app where users anonymously share info and warnings about men to spot red flags and get feedback. Literally above Chat GPT. I will never say that right. Now, obviously, the women here get to be anonymous if they choose to be. The men, though, the whole point is that they're not. The women are saying the names, talking about the men, and sharing the red flags with all the other women who are curious. So faces are being used. Everything's just fully out there. The second I heard that, I'm like, this is not good. This has red flags written all over it. And also the fact that I just saw on TikTok this morning, they've received 2 million new requests to join this week alone. So 2 million more women are trying to get on this, where there's wait lists now. It's that popular. Which have we gotten on yet?
Diana's one, right? That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, let's see if ours got. We did actually try to get in the app because we wanted to, review properly, but I don't think our wait list has been accepted yet, unfortunately.
Nope.
Wow.
Let me in. Let me in.
You should send a screenshot of it.
I can't. You can't screenshot
You can't screenshot anything. No, that's the other thing. We were going to try to get into the T app to do some research, some reconnaissance mission, and then we can't screenshot things, so I was just going to tell you what we saw because they don't even let you screenshot. Now, the comments, as you can imagine, have just been everything. So basically a Yelp for men. Yes, that's exactly how it sounds. Can't wait until there's a brew app for men to leave anonymous reviews to. Fair game, right? 100%. The women who love the Tea app should also love the idea of a brew app or I heard a coffee app where guys just go on and talk about women and rate them and talk about their red flags. So just like we date the same guy on Facebook, which is Facebook groups that do this similar kind of thing, a place where hurt women can get on, tell a one-sided story about men and damage their name without any context or proof. Unfortunately, that is what this inevitably turned into. Another guy said, in quotes, "Why won't men date us?" I don't have to ask myself this every day. I see it online every day, and the answers are just abundantly clear. Someone else noted, the whole point of this app is dating safety. So why is it called the Tea app? Which is a fantastic question. So I'm going to actually kind of dive into this for a second and show you guys because the app is actually designed for women's safety. So I wanted to kind of understand from the perspective of Tea itself what we're talking about here because I saw a lot on X and social media, but what actually was this app? So I went on their website because I couldn't get into the actual app, because again, waitlist, and it says dating safety tools that protect women. So you can use the Tea app to check for criminal history. So great, women checking men before they go on dates for their criminal history. That's good. Unfortunately, that even has to be done, but good. I have no problem with checking backgrounds. You can verify he's not a sex offender, which is also good. Again, this just is so sad that this is even like a concern for people. Identify potential catfish, so you can reverse image search. You can run other background checks to see if they have prior convictions or anything else, their marital status. All good things to know, but it's unfortunate that women feel like they even have to do this. But then it's the last one that really is what spun Tea from being this, look, we're just protecting women. You can use this as an anonymous resource to make sure that you're going on safe dates, to this. Find verified green flag men. Well, that's vague, and that could be an umbrella for a whole bunch of things, which is what it has turned into being. It looks like an actual dating app profile, and then there's a bunch of like comments, or is that thumbs up? Oh no, it's green flags versus red flags. So you can just look at the man that you're going on a date with to see if he has more green flags than red flags, and then you can choose accordingly. And then you can leave comments and explain why you either have green or red flags about someone. And this is the portion of the app that most people take massive issue with, given the fact that this can be very quickly manipulated and has been. Going a little bit further into this website, it says, swipe safely, protect your heart. So yeah, this is clearly for online dating. Okay, so in the online dating world, again, you are going to virtually meet a stranger. And as much sleuthing that women and men can do online to kind of verify the other person, who they are, what they're about, what past they've had. This is unfortunately one of the only ways to like really verify that you're not going on a date with a criminal. So in that respect, I get the first half of this. The latter half is where I have a bunch of red flags myself. But it's the review section that is especially damaging in that it feels like it is truly commodifying men, human beings. Another person said, "Are we cooked as a dating culture?" Unfortunately, right now it does feel that way. Seeing things like this, it feels that way. What prevents people from leaving false reviews? a fantastic question. A question that was not answered by the T app because that happens and they can't say that it doesn't happen. The T app is cool, but we wouldn't like that if it happened to us. I mean, it's not cool because no, we wouldn't like it if it happened to us. But again, the men can go out and make the Brew app. Like what? Let's just get that started. Let's, if this is going to be fair game, then men, you know what to do.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Someone said the T app is cancer in response to a tweet that said, there's no way women will use this app to sabotage other women from dating good men who didn't want them. No way at all. It's heartbreaking just culturally as a whole that we know that women will do this. We also know that women will lie about certain things about men. And then we also know that there are creepy men out there that need to be background checked. It's just like, it just is a spotlight on so much that is broken in society. This app just depressed me, just for the reason it exists and then the reason why it also shouldn't exist. Oh, gosh. And after it became the biggest app on the App Store, which again is so crazy, a bunch of news outlets started covering what the app actually is. ABC News recently covered this, and they were talking about another journalist who was deep diving into the T app, and this is what they found. A female columnist for the Times of London newspaper who signed into the app on Thursday called T a man-shaming site and complained that this is simply vigilante justice entirely reliant on the scruples of anonymous women. With T on the scene, what man would ever dare to date a woman again? This is why I wanted to get into the app, because again, they're saying, oh no, it's just dating safety, it's really, really good, and then you're hearing other women being like, no, it's literally just a bunch of women online shaming people, which is what the first second I heard what this app was, also assumed that would be what it turned into. Just a social media site called the T, shaming men. And then the article went on and talked about attorneys talking about this and said, over the last couple of weeks, we've gotten hundreds of calls on it. It's blown up. People are upset. They're getting named. They're getting shamed. What legal recourse do they have? I guess they're finding out right now. We're talking big things like defamation, slander, libel. I mean, it's breeding grounds for all sorts of stuff like that. Some of the reviews on the actual T app too were women being like, it's so nice to finally be able to review men. You're saying the quiet part out loud. At least attempt to make it seem just like a nice, innocent dating tool, but nope. Also, all of these little reviews are like, I love the T app. I wish I had it sooner. All of the usernames are like, I'm the problem. Totally not toxic.
At least they're self-aware.
Flights, not feelings. Like, okay, if that's the type of women we're talking about here, they're not helping themselves.
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
I'm not saying that this has never helped a girl. There are some being like, I found my abusive ex on here, so glad he was exposed. I understand if there are criminal behaviors that women need to be aware of, but that could happen without the review section. I would love to know what these red flags are. Are they specifying them? Are they saying, well, he doesn't really wash his hands. He doesn't really chew with his mouth closed. He doesn't have a clean shave. That one, though, could be fixed by using Jeremy's razors. If you want to start shaving like a legend, you can use Jeremy's razors, the politically incorrect razor for men and women, because I use this razor too. Jeremy's razors are sharp enough for thick, beastly scruff, yet smooth enough for daily use. Hundreds of thousands of both men and women agree Jeremy's razors delivers barber-grade blades right in the palm of your hand. While other razors snap and treat you like crap and are just cheap feeling, Jeremy's razors, on the other hand, offers a world-class shave. So try Jeremy's razors today for only $7.99. They will ship directly to your house. So if you're a green flag man, you should be using Jeremy's razors. Just go to jeremy'srazors.com/legend today. That is jeremy'srazors.com/legend today. Be a green flag man. Man up. Use Jeremy's razors. And women, you can also use Jeremy's razors for your dates that I hope you can find. I hope you can go on with good men. And hopefully you won't have to use this app.
On their App Store page, someone put a review, 1 star, a place for jealous ex-girlfriends to post bad things. It goes on to a whole rant for those saying if a man leaves a review, it's don't believe it because it's bad for the men to review. The developer responded, the creator of the app, and they said, hi there, we have a zero tolerance policy for defamatory content on our app. Can you send us an email at support, blah, 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 and can you provide the details so we can look into this situation?
Interesting. They're probably just now getting a bunch of those comments for the first time because this is getting attention. But again, if that's the case, that's why I would love to be in this app, again, for research purposes, but to see what we're actually talking about. Because if they're actively blocking and stopping any form of defamatory accusations and stuff, that's great, but how do they verify what's true and false? One woman in here was saying, I matched with a child rapist and almost went out with him, but luckily a woman flagged it. Ah, gosh. See, that's why it's like, not that there's nuance here, but there's it's just like there are creepy men. It's a scary world out there. I'm not denying that in the slightest. And I hate that this has to be a thing that women and some men really need to be aware of. In their sole effort to protect women, they are negating the fact that they also need to be protecting men here and their reputations. So maybe they're doing that. Again, time will tell. maybe people will start actually getting into the app, because I think everyone who's commenting on this at all is either not in the app or is on a wait list and has been for weeks. And after this app just suddenly shot to stardom last week, this week, the T app suffered 2 data breaches exposing profile pics, DMs, and posts from users within the site. Someone said, ironically, the T app revealed the bad women instead of the bad men. Because it was showing a lot of women misusing the app. That's the problem.
Well. How the turntables.
And then some women were trying to blame men. Like, see, they finally found out about it. They came after us and like hacked into it. I don't know the details of who the hacker was, but I do know that at least for the first breach, it was literally the problem of the security on the app itself. Apparently, the database with all that information was on an open URL.
Seems like an invasion of privacy.
Dude, if you think that's bad, go to Google Earth and type in your address.
They need more men to protect them on that. At first, I thought it was entirely designed by women. But it's not, actually. The founder is a man. So I couldn't use they need men to be safe. And it was just showing a bunch of like profile photos. I'm not going to show them, but they were just trying to see, like, look at these are the women that are on this app. Again, I don't like doxing. I don't celebrate that. That's not a good thing. But a lot of people are saying it's so poetic that they were anonymously saying certain things and now their faces are out there for everyone to see. One of the maps that kind of went viral out of this whole breach was showing just how widespread this app is. Even like the marketing of it, where it's just like little whisper, like it's 2 girls like whispering, another girl being like, it's just selling the idea that this is a gossip site. Again, it doesn't even look like this, like dating safety, the way that they're making it sound like it is. And then like one of the prompts, at least according to their publicity stuff, is like, does anyone have any tea on Jake? Like, again, that is completely disgusting to just be able to have unverified gossip and conversations happening about men behind this protected space where the men can't actually see it and refute it or get it taken down if they're absolutely lying. And relationships are so vulnerable and intimate, and what is then spun once feelings are hurt. I mean, there's so much here that is bad and dark and not something that we should be celebrating. One day I'm covering a story from a writer asking, where are all the men? And please come back to us. We miss you. The next day I'm talking about this app that is actively reviewing men like they are a product. Our dating culture is so broken. And in so many respects, we are watching this fracturing in real time and seeing the ramifications of it everywhere. And now even seeing people monetize off of it. But an app welcoming slander and defamation and all-out ranking against the opposite sex is not the answer to our dating woes. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. For other content, you can also follow me on Instagram and X, as well as our brand new comment section Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next episode.